What's up, guys? I am back with another cooking video. Yay! Excuse my hair. I had to pin it up because I have Havana twists and they're like down to my waist. So we don't need all of that swinging around while we're in the kitchen. So yeah. Anywho, we are making Parmesan chicken tonight. Yeah, something different. It's a pretty simple recipe, not anything dynamic, guys. You're just pretty much making spaghetti and making chicken, kind of putting it together. So that's really all it is. But I figured someone might need to see how exactly the process works, so I thought I'd bring you guys along with me tonight as I make that. So, alright, let me tell you what I have going on first, and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, see you guys later. Bye! Okay, so first things first, we have our chicken, which I have already cleaned, and you guys kind of know my routine if you're used to watching my cooking videos. I soak my chicken in water and apple cider vinegar for probably 20-30 minutes. I don't know, I just let it sit until I feel like it's sat long enough. And then I went on and rinsed it off and put my seasonings. Now I'll show you guys what seasonings I'm using for tonight's meal. These are the seasonings that I chose for tonight's menu. I'll be using parsley, garlic, a Greek seasoning, and I'll show you guys that up closer, cayenne pepper, and rosemary. So those are the seasonings that I use tonight to season my chicken. Okay, so what we're going to do is go ahead and get our water boiling for our spaghetti noodles. Okay, and so what you're going to do, you know how to boil spaghetti noodles, I hope. You just want to fill your pot up almost about 3/4 of the way full. Let your water start boiling and then add in your spaghetti noodles. And these are the noodles that I'll be using tonight. I purchased these at Aldi. For my pan for my chicken, I'm going to add in a little bit of olive oil and get my pan preheated. So I use just enough oil to cover the bottom of my pan. Okay, and so this is what I'll be using to flour my chicken. I'll be using the cornmeal mix and the all-purpose flour. And I'm using the cornmeal mix because I do not have any breadcrumbs that are prepared right now. And so to get that extra crunch on my chicken, I'll be using the cornmeal mix. Okay, and so now my water is at a nice boil. I'm going to go ahead and add in my spaghetti noodles, and I am breaking them in half prior to putting them inside. And now what I'm using is about 3 bundles about this size. So it ends up probably being about a full handful of noodles. So that's how many noodles that I'll be using. Okay, and so once you get your noodles into your boiling water, what I tend to do is make sure to go ahead and give it a nice stir. So I give it a nice stir and then I add in just a little bit of olive oil. And I have found that that's not absolutely necessary, but it does help. And once my noodles, like I said, once they're in here and I've added my olive oil and stirred them up, then I'll turn my heat down to like a medium-high. And just let it finish cooking from there. And I try to get my noodles just to al dente, where they're just done, no longer than that. And that's because you're still going to be adding your noodles to your chicken, so You don't want them to be, I guess mushy is the word. I mean, that's what I would typically say. I don't want them to be mushy. So, which then, of course, they're considered overcooked. Alright, so we're just going to let those cook, and we'll get ready to start on our chicken. So our noodles, as you can tell, they are done. They are al dente at this point. And you can tell by just putting them onto the side of your pot and cutting. And if they cut easily, then you know that they're done. So those are done. We're going to get ready to drain them. Okay. As you can tell, I'm rinsing my noodles off. I do rinse my noodles because I don't want all of that starch on my food, so I prefer to rinse it off. So I rinse them with hot water and then just go ahead and set them to the side. We'll go ahead and put them back into the pot so I can put the sauce on it. Here's my noodles drained, and I'll get ready to add the sauce. This was a half a can of sauce that I had left in the refrigerator, so I'm going to use that first. So you need to make sure that you're making use of all of your excess ingredients so that you're not wasting stuff. So yes, that's what I'm doing. And then now I'll add in the rest of that sauce. Okay, and so you're not trying to make it like saturated with sauce because remember you're still going to add sauce to your chicken. Okay, so that is how your noodles should look once they are done. Okay, and so I just put a lid on that and then set it to the side, and I'll finish up with the chicken. Okay, so now I have my oil heated. We're going to start dropping our chicken. And I'm just using a bag with my flour and cornmeal mixture because I don't want to use my normal method because I don't put cornmeal typically in my mixture. So that's why I'm just using this for a one-time use. Flouring our chicken and dropping. And these are, because I don't think I told you guys, I got this chicken from Aldi. And last time I noticed you couldn't hear me when this stuff was cooking. But I got the chicken from Aldi, and it's a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. So that's what I'm using, is a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. And you can use chicken breast, but I'm not a big fan of chicken breast. It's too much meat, so that's why I use the boneless, skinless chicken thigh. So we're just going to let these cook, and then I'll add this 3 in here now, and I'll add 3 more the next round. And when you're using your flour in a bag like this, just make sure that you double bag it. So it's double bag. And that's make sure that you don't dump flour everywhere when go to shake it. And these cook fairly quick as well. And they're just really tender.
Feeling like I got some vertigo. Should I jump, should I stay, or baby, should I go? Now you know that I'm falling for you. Oh baby, I'm falling for you. Saying I should not be looking down, looking left, looking right, up, down, you're all around. Now you know that I'm falling for you. Oh baby, I'm falling for you. So do I have to choose? I know that I'm falling for you. Oh baby, I'm falling for you. Oh baby, I'm falling for you.
Okay, and so these are the first few pieces that I pulled out. So you can tell that they're nice and crisp. And I'm just draining them on paper towels just to get rid of that oil. And so now I'm just going to remove the paper towel. And just please make sure you grab all your paper towel so you're not eating paper towel with your meal. Okay, and then I'm going to try to position my chicken so that I can get to each piece. Okay, and now the fun part. I am using some cheeses that I have already in my refrigerator. I have Italian and mozzarella, so these are the cheeses that I'll be using. The topper, I'll also be using some of my Parmesan Romano as like a little topping. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and add the rest of my tomato sauce. That you get from Aldi are in plastic containers. Well, some of them. This particular brand comes in a plastic container, so it makes it a little bit easier to get the remainder out of the jar. And then this is just some traditional pasta sauce that I have also that I use for my homemade pizzas. So we're going to use that as well to finish up. Okay, and so now I'm going to add my cheese. And you want to be sure that each piece of chicken has a nice coating of cheese. And then just for that extra little taste, we're going to add some of that Parmesan Romano. And I keep this in the refrigerator so it's hard to pour sometimes, so yeah. Alright, how our dish looks once I have added my cheese and my sauce. Alright, so we'll put this in the oven at 350 degrees for, here you go, you know I don't ever know a time. We'll say for about 30 minutes. And I'll let you guys know if I have to change that time up a little bit. So we'll say for about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. And I am going to cover this loosely with a piece of aluminum foil prior to putting it in the oven. Alright. The foil because I don't want my cheese to burn or cook too quickly, melt too quickly to where it burns. I kind of want my meat to get completely done before, you know, my cheese starts getting brown. Alright. I'll see you guys in a bit. So we have 2 tablespoons of butter, parsley, just as much as you like, and then about a teaspoon of garlic. And so this is the garlic butter that I'll be putting on my bread. And I'm going to use this sourdough bread. And I also purchased this at Aldi. And I'm going to use this as like my garlic bread. Okay, so here's my toast. It smells really good, guys. It smells so good. So this is just how you make your own garlic bread. And that's how it looks. And we just put it in the oven and let it brown up. Okay, and as you can tell, that was enough to make 2 pieces of toast, garlic bread. Toasted garlic bread. Okay, so this is the finished product. This is our chicken Parmesan. Guys, that looks absolutely delicious. I don't even know if the video is giving it any justice. And then what I typically do just prior to serving is I top with some Parmigiano Romano. And then you add your garlic toast. And there's your meal. Chicken Parmesan. Homemade. Restaurant quality. Absolutely delicious. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Feeling like I got some vertigo. Should I jump, should I stay, or baby, should I go?